The current state of AI creative is explosive. It has changed drastically in just the last few months. And in this video, I'm going to break down my favorite tools. Now, I realized that I could show you like how to create AI creative, how to like make a concept, how to like run a prompt and stuff. I'm going to show some examples on here, but I think like if you're a business owner that bought this program, you're not looking for let me steal some prompt that might apply to my business. And you're probably smart enough to prompt a AI of some sort. Now, what I'd rather use this time for is kind of explaining what programs I believe are most important right now to be using and how to use them. So basically, there's four main platforms, programs, apps, whatever you want to call them, websites that I like to use for AI creative. And then there's also like a just general approach that I like to take when it comes to AI creative. So the first thing I'll mention is that when you are building AI creative, the best thing to use it for is for iterating on top of your own existing content. Now, you can build from scratch. In fact, we're going to build from scratch in an example here. But I think if you use it specifically with some of the new advancements, if you use it with existing, you could crush via iterations mostly. And the reason this works so well is because the new models are allowing us basically to take two images, blend them together, and not just output something that's okay or pretty good, but basically indistinguishable. So let's start. The first platform I'm going to talk about is Gemini. And the first product in Gemini, there's two hint that we're going to talk about. The first is Nano Banana. So you can go into gemini.google.com and you can go to tools and create images. If you have a Google workspace, like a pro workspace, you're going to have full access to this and you're going to have like a lot of uses, I believe, of it as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend we're talentless. This is this brand right here. And I'm just going to use this very basic image of, we'll use this one with the shorts on the clothesline here. We're going to copy this image. We're going to drop it into Gemini. And I'm going to say, replace the image, replace the shorts in this image with a t-shirt that I have attached in the second image. Make sure we're a little bit more specific. Keep all elements exactly the same, photorealistic. It's a very simple prompt. You can get as advanced as you want. So now we're going to go to talentless. We're going to go to men's, or I guess this was a woman's product. So let's just go on like women's tops. Okay, I guess let's do something that's got a little bit more like detail to it. So it's not like, I don't want to just put a black t-shirt in there. Let's do this. This is like a weird boxy t-shirt. Okay, so let's get this. I'm just going to take screenshots of this. Boom. Get that one. I want to get a product on white like this. So I'm going to get it like this. Here we go. Okay. This in here, 1, 2. I've attached in the second and third images. Now, what Nano Banana is extremely good at, and why I'm bringing this up first, is because it's very good at blending photos. It's very good at taking one photo and putting a second option in it, meaning replacing something, replacing an element of one photo, and creating a new iteration for you. Now, this is actually pretty solid. I've seen significantly better variations. It did things like kept the little logo in here. It's off cropped. So there's some work that needs to get done here. So we are going to reprompt. We're going to give this another shot. I'm going to hit this here. Boom. Replace these shorts. Let's take this. We'll grab these shorts right here. Okay, replace the shorts in the first image with a t-shirt that I've attached in the second image. Okay, let's grab just a regular basic black t-shirt. Boom. Perfect. A little bit of a different concept, but just want you guys to get the point of the blending that seems to be super strong. Again, great example actually of how it's just generally not perfect. So don't think you're going to spin up perfection on the first try. This is really, really good. Now, it's actually incredible, to be honest. Now you can crop this, you can make some adjustments to this, but generally speaking, this is like a 9 out of 10 for AI generation right now. You might notice there's some blur over here, but what I also notice is that in their original image, there's actually blur on the right side here. So it's taking this as is. Now, what I could have done in this prompt here is I could have said, keep the aspect ratio vertical like a story format. And then what it can do, we'll be able to see both still, but what it's going to then do is change up the aspect ratio just a little bit to be more applicable to my prompt specific. Again, just a really easy way to get super solid, quick variations out. And you can see it actually cropped a little bit longer, not entirely what we wanted. Next thing I can tell it, this is a very good, easy prompt. I could say, great job. Zoom out, zoom way out. Basically, if I could zoom out on this image, I could then see more and then crop to different formats like squares or vertical crops and recenter some of the text that seems to just be a little offset right now. Again, not perfection. We really, really zoomed out. I guess I shouldn't have said zoom way out, but pretty crazy how that happened so quickly. Either way, the core here is that we've blended images very well. I've done this with a really, really weak prompt with 2 images that I found in about 2 minutes and with one adjustment, which was zoom out. So you probably get the point. You can blend images super, super well within Gemini. My recommendation, just so I'm clear, my recommendation here is that when you have a successful image, you could swap out that image or part of that image with something else. Like I'd be very, very curious if we could actually replace this image. Let's just try. Let's have some fun. Okay, new prompt. Here, take the first image and replace the pants with the color and pants used in the second image. Okay, let's go here. So what should happen here is we should take this first image and it should be replaced with these sweatpants, right? Again, I'm probably belaboring the point a little bit, but I mean, holy frick, dude. That is like unreal. Like actually unreal. Nearly, dude, actually unreal. Now, I just noticed something like the product waistbands are incorrect, but like you can just reprompt. Either way, you get what I'm saying. Incredible creation of allowing you to create massive iterations very quickly. The next tool that I like to use is ChatGPT. So 6+ months ago, ChatGPT came out with the ability to really create super photorealistic images along with text. Text was the big addition. So the way that I like to think about this is while Gemini is really, really good at blending 2 images together, as we just saw, Chat is really good at creating new concepts from stock images. I have found this to be most successful with blank images. So what I will do, we're going to switch up our example. We're going to go to Nike.com and we're going to get a product of a random shoe, just like so. We're going to take this, we're going to grab this in here, create an image of a new advertisement for Nike. The headline should read Nike Dunks. I don't know, I'm making this up on the fly. Have the shoe be worn by a basketball player that is walking into an arena. We could probably stop there, but I'm going to say photorealistic, medium, add slight film grain, and then we'll stop there, but we could add a lot more if we wanted to. So anyway, GPT takes a significantly longer time, but what I have found from chat in general is that giving it blank images like product on white like this, and even if I were to be a little bit smarter here, is that I would take the product on white like so, and then I'd grab it all of these angles, right? So I'd show it every single angle of the shoe so it can't miss a detail. And the value in chat is specifically in the headlines that it can create for us. So if you have no problem with like getting into Canva, getting into Photoshop, whatever, and building your own like headlines and templates to throw on top of ads, then Gemini could actually do the job for you. But chat is really, really good at creating those headlines on the fly for you. I'm going to pause and we're going to skip ahead until this is done. All right. Wildly incredible image. We did prompt this super well. This is literally, we could ship this basically today. It obviously has some information on like Nike's logo and stuff, but I didn't give it, but you can give it your photo information. The key is with chat, what it's done super, super well at is it's able to add text elements very strong. So for example, what I could do on top of this is I could say, perfect, add a call out that points an arrow to the shoe that says new ultra comfort sole, right? And it might take a prompt or two back and forth, but what it will do eventually is it'll show that there's a new call out related to this shoe. That is very, very hard to do at current state in Gemini, at least from my experiences. So again, new image creation, really, really solid in here. Gemini, fantastic for iterations, okay? All right, I don't need to wait another 10 minutes here. We're just going to move on to the next. The next platform that I would recommend to use if you want to create a lot of iterations is Icon. Now, in the case of Icon, to be honest, I don't love most of this tool, but there is one thing that I really like about this tool. And it's that once you create an ad in this tool, you have the ability to edit the elements of the ad. So for example, if I have this ad here and I click make editable, what I could then do is in the next few minutes in this canvas setting here, which is the static editor, and I'll just show you for like a ad that we built here. So this is an ad we built. And we could then take all of the elements of the ad and adjust. Whoa. So we could take, if I edit here, we're able to take, I'm looking at the raw image, but I could move around these elements, change the fonts, change the what it's actually saying. I could add things in. I could edit the image within here. Now, for a lot of people don't care. Some people say, well, I'll do that in Canva. I'll do that elsewhere. But the beauty of this is all of these elements. So as you can see here, I just clicked the right one now. All of these elements are 100% editable right within here. That's for me right now, the only key difference maker for Icon. So if like you're pumping out static images and the editing process is a pain in the ass because, you know, you're getting something like this in GPT and you're like, so good, but I wish new ultra comfort sole with the arrow was on this side, on the left-hand side, instead of on the right-hand side. I wish it was like that. But we can't do anything about this right now. The only way we can do this right now is, at least without like significant, you know, coding and APIs and breakdowns here. Only thing we can do is take it as is or delete it or ask for another prompt where they move it to the left side. But things get funky quick. Icon allows you to modify quickly. That's the only use case I personally have for Icon now. I know some people love this tool. Some people hate this tool. I just find it for quick image editing. It's okay. Solid. Okay. The fourth tool, and we're going to go into a fifth tool, by the way. The fourth tool is ArcAds. Now, I have basically broken down ArcAds videos publicly in extreme detail. They're like my most viewed videos, and I'll just act on the assumption that most people have seen it. We don't need a full tutorial on how ArcAds works. But I want to just share a couple key elements of ArcAds. By the way, this is, again, not sponsored. We're not getting paid to talk about any of these. The key things that I've seen in ArcAds that work really well right now. First is their flagship, which is just their normal like talking actors. I don't know why it says new, but this is just like the normal. You have an actor, and then you put script behind it, or you do speech to speech. The key one thing I've seen successfully well in ArcAds is speech to speech. We can put audio files in where I say the advertisement that I want, and an AI creator spits it back. What I've seen also do tremendously well is B-roll. So B-roll and scenes are actually using Google VO, which we're going to get to in a moment here. And they're allowing us to do specific things from our text or from our images. So a beautiful part about this is we can take an image that we already have and we can create a B-roll concept around it, which is wonderful. And the same thing in scenes. You could prompt any of the actors that you've created to do something up to 8 seconds. Okay. These are like really, really powerful. The nice part about this, it's pretty expensive, but you don't have to have any sort of like Pro Gemini or Google VO. And in most cases, like there's just a ton of value. You can create a lot of iterations very, very quickly. As usual, all these are just significantly getting better over and over and over again. They're just not 100% there yet. And in all cases, if you want to roll out like really good ads, you have to patch these together. So you have to take a couple of your scenes and use them as B-roll throughout an ad, or swap multiple things that an actor's doing. Okay, that's the key. The last piece of this puzzle is Google VO. So for Google VO, you could do this within Gemini, and with an ad that you've already created. So Google VO is the best model right now that I have seen. You can get people to say things. You can get people to do ridiculous things. Like we could have this girl's like sweatpants like explode, right? We could have like this can of seltzer like bubble up all the way through and be like the most bubbles or something stupid like that. What I want to show you is what we can do with an existing image in VO. So I'm going to just take this exact image that we created together already. I'm going to say, using this exact image, create a video where the woman in sweatpants is walking towards the camera. The sweatpants are blowing in the wind. Overall, the vibe is very aesthetic. I hate that word. It's very aesthetic. Keep everything photorealistic. Okay. Very simple prompt. But this will then spin up a new video that will take usually in the realm of like 2 to 3 minutes. It says I'm not able to create videos. That's because I did not click on the create videos. Yes, start a new chat. So we're going to then, I made a mistake here. Sorry, guys. We're then going to take this image, copy this image. We're going to push this into a new chat that's focused on create videos with VO. We'll grab that photo we took from before. All right, you know what? Fun for us. We're going to change it up. Using this image as a starting point, have the person walk towards the camera, smiling very lightly with a slight focus on the black t-shirt. Keep everything photorealistic. Really simple prompt. What I'm expecting here is for this guy to walk towards the camera. Really simple. But the beautiful thing that you can do is we can take this is going to take a few minutes. We could take this same thing. We'll build a second one at the same time. You can probably see I'm quite like excited about this stuff right now. We're going to go to Google Veo. We're going to take this same guy here. Boom. I'm going to take most of the same prompt, which is using this image as a starting point. While he is walking towards the camera, I want him to talk about how amazing the t-shirt he is wearing feels on his skin and how normal t-shirts never fit him, but this one always fits perfectly. Okay, we could obviously script this out better, but you're going to see a very, very interesting hook. And then while we do that for the final time today, because I think I'm only on a plan where I can create 3 videos per day, we're going to take one of these images here where there's no person involved. Save this image. So no person involved. And we're going to say, using this image as a starting point, make the shorts that are seen in this image explode and then reappear back on a person who's lying by the pool. Pretty simple. Make sure to keep the aesthetic of the image with the color scheme that they've already used in the video, period. Let's see what we get, right? We're just trying to build some concepts here. The better you prompt this, the more specific you are, the better it's going to be. Okay. First one is done. We've generated a video where the person's walked towards the image, camera, light. Okay, boom. Okay. Obviously, this is a crappy ad, but like, come on now. That is a fake person. Pretty incredible. Okay. Next piece here, t-shirt fit. This one he's going to be talking. Let's listen.
This t-shirt feels amazing on my skin. Normal t-shirts never fit me, but this one always fits perfectly. This t-shirt.
Come on. It's insane. That's what it is. All right. And this one's going to take a minute. I will pause. All right. Let's see what we've created. I had to change a couple things up, but here we go. I mean, pretty dope. Like for a very crappy, very, very crappy prompt, kind of fire, to be honest. Look, the reality of all of these is they just require massively great prompting. I was asking for something ridiculous here. But if you were to, spin this into your own way of approaching it, your own long prompt with details, exactly what you want, you can get some incredible results. So look, I know we kind of just played here, but I think that's kind of the point. Like, this tech is not of the tune yet where it's perfect. My recommendation when it comes to AI, for the most part, basically 85% right now, is just use it for iterations. Iterations are one of the best ways you can possibly create scale in an ad account. And I would highly recommend it for just about everyone out there to just build on top of what you already have. Cool.